Hello and welcome once again to Ignite Your Impact. My name is Jen Rhodes. I am once again joined by the love of my life, Mr. Matt Rhodes.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
My God, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
People have been wondering, have we been living together? Where's Matt?
Where's Jen?
Jen was in bed for 4 weeks. Yeah, 8.
And I was traveling, so.
Yes, not simultaneously.
No.
We took turns at least.
Yep.
We took turns. So I'm glad that you're back. There was a slight stall in terms of like getting me back physically, but how are you?
I'm good. I feel good. You know, we've had I guess blessed as well would be another good
Hashtag
word.
Blessed.
Yeah, we've got some milestones that we're hitting right now.
Yeah.
We just celebrated 17 years since we opened our very first fitness center. And then next month is going to be 15 years for the second one.
Bananas. That's mind-blowing, looking at those pictures.
I know. Next month is also going to be 3 years since you started coaching online.
Yeah.
2 years since the Phoenix method was developed. And a lot of stuff going on right now.
We've
a lot
got
of anniversaries.
A lot.
And then another one, and I'll say this with an asterisk, the big 100th episode.
Yeah.
Today's the big 100.
Yes.
With an asterisk.
Yes, because there were 2. You recorded one without me.
Yep.
And last week, our amazing assistant, Genty, I love Genty. We're just going to go ahead and say this whole episode, we're going to say how much we love Genty. She has bought us so much leverage in our time and in our development. If you see any of our amazing videos, she cuts all of them for us. She is wonderful. So all the shorts that you see on social media, any ad that you see, she's had a hand in it. And she was messaging me last week when the episode would be ready, because we were a little late, and this is the big 100. And this podcast has been such a passion project for us. We don't get anything out of it in terms of advertisements or payments. This is just our way to have an open space to share our thoughts and our own personal development and hope that it affects others. And I felt terrible because I was still sick when we were going to record it. So like Super Bowl Sunday, Matt's tapping me on the shoulder like, babe, you got to get out of bed. And I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I don't feel good. And so we held off a couple of days, and Matt was traveling. And I said, you know what? I'll do it solo midweek. I know that just give me a couple more days rest, and not being a wife since he's out of town. Get my sleep. But I was bummed because I wanted Matt to be with me on that milestone. I don't like crossing bridges without my partner. And I said that last week. So she immediately said, oh, well, then I guess this week is 99.5 and next week will be 100. And I'm like, sold. Sounds great. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's why there's an asterisk there. So sometimes you just have to think of a creative way to look at things that make you feel better. And she did that.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't a justification. It was just I like it. Let's keep moving.
Yeah. So let's jump in today. Today we are going to talk about a very specific client of Jen's that is going to resonate with everyone. If you are listening to us for some of the business advice we give out, or if you're listening to us for some of the relationship advice we give out, because we just celebrated 23 years of marriage, another milestone.
Oh, yes. I think I gave out some interesting parenting advice yesterday, too.
If you listen to us for any of the mindset stuff, because we've been through tons of mindset coaching, or if you listen to us for the fitness stuff, you are going to relate to today at some point. Every single person, no matter where you're at, you will relate to this because you've had the moment that we're going to talk about.
Yeah. To protect the innocent, we are going to call her Jane. We heart Jane. But I think once I start, you can insert your own name in this story, myself included. So Jane started with me about 30 days ago, and that's not what I want to focus on today. I'm not going to focus about what's going right now in her world. I want to talk about 30 days prior. Jane is in her mid-40s, excuse me.
46 to be exact.
Yes. Happily married with kids. She and her husband have good jobs. Overall, things are pretty good in their life. And there is one thing that just tears her up inside. And it hit her like a ton of bricks 45 days ago. Externally, she seems happy. She's blessed. She's grateful. She knows how great her life is. She's been successful in her fitness to a degree in the past, but it has been a grind, and I don't want to say excruciating, but it's the only word I can think of that comes to mind. Just monotonous, relentless over execution. Tons of cardio. Measuring every gram to the nth degree. Weighing glasses of wine. If she allows herself one drink a week. Like that level of execution. And she's noticed that as she's gotten older, each time she goes to try and lose a little weight, it gets harder. And she never gets to exactly where she's been trying to get. Every year it gets a little bit harder. Every year that bridge gets a little bit bigger. Longer, bigger. And she's just trying to get back to that place in her mid to early 30s that we talk about it all the time, that holy shit look from her husband. You can relate, Matt.
Yes, I can.
I think everyone can put their name in this place already. But here is where you really can. About 45 days ago, she and her husband were going to dinner. And it was a warmer day. It wasn't like that cold snap where I was wearing blankets to dinner. It was a warmer day. So she goes into her closet and she's like, okay, I'm feeling kind of okay. She knew she gained some weight, but things still felt, as our daughter would say, pretty okay. She's in her mid-40s, so she's thinking like her wardrobe, pretty routine. She's got her fluffy clothes. She's got her skinny clothes. Because she's been doing this her whole life. She knows this route.
She's in that fluffy stage, so she knows exactly where to grab what's
She knows exactly what is going to help or what's going to hurt the situation tonight. She knows exactly which one she's going to pick to cover up and still accentuate her assets. Ladies, I know you have this routine down. I feel like we all do. So she pulled out a couple different outfits. She pulled out a pair of jeans, cute little sweater, sexy little tank, pair of sexy leggings just in case. And she begins like putting what?
3 or 4 different outfits.
The shoes.
I want to make sure
There's options.
Highlight that, yeah.
There's options. Right. I do this too. So she starts putting them together to see which one will look better. So she puts on the jeans and the tank first. That's like her go-to. It's what she really wants to wear. She looks in the mirror and she's like, absolutely fucking not. So she puts on the jeans and maybe we'll try the cute little sweater. That'll cover up the jeans, but nope, that didn't work either. All right, maybe the sweater and the leggings. Nope, that doesn't work either. And then it happens. She has what we ladies like to call that moment by herself in the closet. That, what the fuck am I going to wear moment. The how could you do this to yourself again moment. The how many more times can I do this moment. Your personal favorite. The pushing hubby away in anger because I'm absolutely pissed at myself moment.
I'll jump in here too, and I'll say, guys, any males listening, we aren't listening right now for entertainment value.
Yeah.
Because we've had this moment as well. Maybe lined out a little bit differently, but we've had this moment. We've tried to put on those jeans when our waist is a little bit bigger. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? All those things Jen just said, we do that too. We may say it differently, we may do it differently, but we've all had this. How did I let myself get here? Standing in the closet. Unfortunately, what normally happens is the night goes after that, after you do, because you're going to go to dinner still, the night goes a certain way for both ladies and men. We pull our shit together, but we're not in a good mood. We go to dinner. We're not really enjoying it because every time we eat, we feel like we're getting puffier and puffier because those jeans are already so damn tight. The next thing we do is we start to pour alcohol on top of it. We start to get a little buzzed to make this moment, which was a moment now has turned into an entire night, a little alcohol to make this go away. When that buzz starts to kick in, we tell ourselves, I'm going to tackle this issue tomorrow, not tonight. We go home, we start to take off our clothes, but we have a moment again, a different moment, but it's still that moment. We try to hide ourselves from our spouse. So we get undressed. We try and slip into bed without them seeing us, maybe leave our shirt on. And from here, there's 3 routes that we take. And you all know what I'm getting ready to explain. Number 1, we stay miserable and we try to forget about it. But it just happens every single time we put these clothes on. We continue to have these moments over and over and over, but we just stay miserable. Number 2, we say, I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to tackle it this time. And we go really hard for 60 to 90 days. We get some results and then we start all over and we start having those fucking horrible moments again in our life. Or number 3, we get real with ourselves. We realize that saying of doing the same thing over and over and getting the same result, it's insanity. So we realize this time we're tired of that roller coaster. We are going to do something different, and we actually do something different. It plays out in one of those 3 realms, and we've probably all been and done all 3 of those realms. But that's what happens after that moment in the closet, that moment at dinner, and then that next day.
So let's get back to Jane. Let's get back to Jane, Matt. Luckily for Jane, and I'm so excited to be working with you, by the way. I hope you're listening. She picked number 3.
Number 3 of those 3 scenarios.
Yeah. Initially, she picked number 2 and started Googling things like how to lose 20 pounds after you're 40, how to reset your metabolism, hormones and weight loss. And you know the way the internet works. The minute we say camping gear, old Amazon's going to start serving you ads for camping gear. But because she was searching keywords, that led to one of my ads popping up on her news feed. And I'm so excited. She clicked the ad. She watched the video. She booked a call. We had several messages prior to the call because she was so excited. I've never heard your approach before. This sounds too good to be true. I cannot wait to hear what you have to say about me. And in that call, we talked through everything. She walked away with that call with more knowledge than she had going in. How to lose the weight after 40. How to reset her metabolism. And we're not talking shots here either. This cute little Ozempic bullshit. We talked how to reset her metabolism, how to work around her hormones, and even achieve hormonal balance. If you're listening in, if you're at the gym, if you're watching us on YouTube and you need hormonal balance, I want you to keep listening. We've talked about that moment in the closet that she'd had so many times.
And I want to make it clear, today's podcast is not about, this is not a sales pitch. That is not what we're doing. It's about 2 things. The first one is we need to realize that there are a lot of factors that as we age absolutely do affect our hormones, our metabolism, all the things that go into that. You need to be aware of them. We're not blind, but they're not something that you can just continue to make an excuse and not get to work on, because they are manageable. I mean, if you're 45 right now, how many more times do you want to have that moment? 0. You don't want it anymore. So yes, those things do play a factor.
Yeah.
In those moments. They absolutely do. But that leads to my second point. Realizing those things coming up, the second point is, this is the most important one. When are you going to be decisive on exactly what you want and what you're going to do? When are you going to make a decisive decision to make it a reality this time? When are you going to be decisive and put your time into this to make it a reality? And when are you going to be decisive and put a little bit of money behind this to make it a reality? Because we've provided tons of tactics over the last 100, or I guess 99.5 plus 1 episode. But today it's about something different. This is not about providing you tactics that you can do on your own. Today is about getting you to move with intention. This is, we're telling you it's time to do something. And if you're that person who's already made that decision because you're a client of ours or you're a client somewhere else and you're on the right path for fitness, we aren't just all about fitness. So I would tell you, when are you going to make that decision to be decisive in that relationship that you need to start, you need to repair, or you need to end? When are you going to be decisive in that financial journey that you've been trying to go on? That's what today's podcast is about getting you to move one way or the other. We just want you to move and get decisive with your decision making so you get rid of those damn moments that are killing you.
Yeah. We made a decision over 20 years ago to get into the fitness business. We made a decision over 2 years ago to tear everything in our world and in our lives to the ground and to rebuild it on a sturdy foundation. That's where the Phoenix method started. We made a decision over 100 episodes ago with an asterisk to get on here and talk to you, to share our heart, to share our passion, to share our message, to hopefully ignite something inside you that may have gone dormant. It's time for you to make a decisive decision on your life.
Love it.
I love it. I love you.
Let's wrap there. I think we've told them exactly what they need to do. It's time to make a decision.
It's time to move. And if you still are wondering about the tactics, I literally gave them in the last episode. And if you still have not done anything, when I gave you the keys of the kingdom, it's time to make a decision. It's time to make a decision. Guys, we're going to wrap on that. I hope you found value in today's episode. If you did, like it, share it, give us a 5-star review, jump on YouTube, leave a comment, do all the things. That's the only way we can keep sharing our passion. And as always, we'll talk to you next time.